So, you're new to World of Aincrad. You're just starting off, you're on floor 1, and you want to know what's the best way to level? What's the best way to get this gear? What should I be doing as a new player? And today, this video is going to go over everything to do with floor 1, basically a whole floor 1 guide. And yeah, I'm going to go over everything from mini boss to boss. I'm going to go over what mobs you should fight. I'm going to go over the quests, just everything you need to know about floor 1 so you guys can get started and, you know, have fun. But yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and start right into the video. So when you're first starting off in World of Aincrad, you're going to spawn right here on this little spawner, and there's going to be a quest giver right in front of the spawner. Now you'll be surprised how many people miss this guy, but he is right there in front of the spawn and you can talk to him. He's a level 1 quest giver, so if you talk to him you can get a quest to go defeat boars. Now I've already done the quest, so if I talk to him he's just going to be like, oh, thank you for, you know, helping me out. That's pretty much all he's going to say, because there is no repeating quests, at least not yet in the game. They might add repeating quests later on, but so far there is no repeating quest. So once you get done with a quest, that is it. But definitely talk to this guy. He's the very first quest giver that you guys should talk to, and the quest is really easy. I think it's defeat 10 like boars. That's the easiest quest ever, so definitely talk to this guy when you're first starting in World of Aincrad. Also, along this road right here, you'll find even more quest givers. Now all of them do have a level above their head. It'll tell them, like, it'll tell you what level you need to be to actually do the quest. So for Grace right here, you need to be level 2. I believe this quest is for the wolf quest, so this is the very next one after the boar quest. But you need to be level 2 to do Grace's quest. There's also another quest giver inside of the shop over here, which I'll show you guys the shop. This is where you go to buy your basic gear. This is where you buy health potions, and that's pretty much it. Basic gear and health potions. But if you go inside the shop, there's another quest giver. Now this guy's level 7. This is the mini boss quest giver, so you have to be level 7 to do this guy's quest. Otherwise you won't be able to do it. It would just say you're too low levels. So yeah, be level 7, do this guy's quest. He's a mini boss. And over here, this is also where you go to, you know, buy your shop items such as your basic weapons. You also buy upgraded weapons such as the iron rapier, the iron greatsword, and the iron straight sword. All of them are level 3, and they're much better than the weapons you first start off with. They're a lot better than them. So I'll definitely pick these up once you guys hit level 3 if you haven't gotten lucky with any mob drops. And as I said before, you can also buy your potions from here. You can buy your teleport crystals. It basically has everything that you would need when playing this beta. These are all your items that you're going to need. Now, one thing I do want to note before you guys actually start out on your adventure in World of Aincrad is that this game is meant to be played with a group of friends, okay, or with somebody. Playing this game solo is very, very difficult, especially if you guys are trying to defeat the boss or mini boss. Playing this game solo is not the easiest time. I'm just going to let everyone know that before we continue on, because I see a lot of the new players, you know, they start off, they're playing by themselves, and the game gets very hard really fast, and they get frustrated and they leave. And I just want to let everyone know that this game is meant to be played as a team. Playing it solo is basically playing this game on hard mode. So yeah, please keep that in mind when you're playing World of Aincrad, that this game is more of a team-based game rather than a solo game. Although you can do it solo if you really want a challenge. So right after this little bridge right here, you also have another quest giver. This is a third quest giver. He's a level 3. I believe his quest is to go and defeat like the little, I really can't say what their name is because it's very weird. But basically the plant guys in the forest. I'll show you guys where all the mobs are located. But basically the little plant guys are in the forest just along the pathway. But I'll show you guys, you know, or you can just look at the timestamp at the beginning of the video. It has everything there. But I will show you guys where all the mobs are located, so you guys don't get confused on where to find certain mobs. I'll also show you guys where the mini boss is, and I'll show you guys where the boss is. But let's go ahead and actually walk out here and show you guys where all the mobs are located. So right when you come out of the town, you're gonna have a bunch of boars basically in this whole entire little area right here. This is where the boars spawn. They're not very hard to miss. I mean, they're right here in front of the spawn, but they're all right here. This is where you'll find majority of the boars, all in this one little area. I believe they stop spawning like once you get past this little hill over here, then you'll start coming across wolves. But from here to here, you'll basically find your boars. Now, if you guys want to look for wolves, you could also just walk all the way down this path up to the forest. Also, you guys could go this way, straight over here to where this little forest is. If you guys head this way, you could also come across wolves. They're a lot closer than the ones obviously way over there towards the tower. So these wolves are a lot closer, so you could just go in this direction. You'll eventually come across wolves. I believe we should start seeing them right when we get past these boars. We should start seeing them spawn in. Let's see, is that a wolf over there? Okay, we got another boar over there. Where's the wolf at? They do spawn over here. Trust me, guys. They do spawn over here. Yep, here we go. We got a wolf right here. And I didn't have to go too far from the spawn, and there's already a wolf right here. But let's go ahead and head back to the main path so I can show you guys where the other mobs are. Alright, so when you guys are following the pathway from spawn, if you keep following this path, it'll eventually take you to the forest that I mentioned a couple times. In this forest, you'll come across mobs are, I believe, around level 3 to 4 or 3 to 5. These mobs are pretty strong, so I would be careful. I would not come over here unless you guys have level 3 gear on, so like a level 3 weapon, maybe a wolf tunic armor on. You know, I wouldn't come over here with basic armor and basic weapon, or basically your starting weapons and your starting armor. I would not come over here with that because you will have a tough time. Like, you will probably die within like 4 to 5 hits. These mobs are kind of tough, so you definitely want to upgrade a little bit before you come all the way down this path. Otherwise, you're destined to pretty much die. Sorry to sound so, you know, wild with that, but it's the truth. Alright, so we made it basically towards the end of the path. You guys can see way back there in the distance, there's the spawn. We just followed down the dirt path, and we pretty much come across the forest. Now this over here, this is the forest that I'm talking about. There's also some waste shrines here, or I think they're called waystones. I will show you guys where to find those as well while I'm over here. But this is basically the forest. This is where you'll find those mobs that you need for your level 3 quests. Like I said, I'm not going to try to pronounce their name, but they're basically these plant creatures that you can fight. And they're for your level 3 quest. So you'll find them here in the forest. But let me go ahead and show you guys where the waystones are over here, just so you guys can have them. And you can always teleport back here and don't have to, you know, keep running all the way back to the forge. You can just teleport back. So real quick, let me show you guys the waystones. So from right here, this is basically the end of the dirt path, just up this little hill right here. This is the end of the dirt path. Now, your first waystone that I would suggest you guys go and unlock is the camp. The camp is not too far from here. If you go directly to the left, all the way over here to where these waterfalls are, you should see them in the distance, these little waterfalls. If you go all the way over here and then go behind the waterfalls, there is going to be a camp, and there's also your level 5 quest. So once you guys are done with the level 3 quest and you hit level 5, you can go over here and do this guy's quest. He's the very next one. But this is where you go to unlock the camp waystone. So let me go ahead and show you guys where that is. I'm not going to cut to it because I want you guys to know how to get there. Alright, so you guys just basically walk along this path right here, and you see a little campfire up there, you see a little camp up there, and right next to it is a waystone, and this is where you'll find your first waystone. This is the one I would suggest getting because it's not only very close to the forest, but it's also very close to, if you guys can't see it, the boss tower is basically right over there. It's also close to the tower, so you don't have to go too far to get to the forest and to get to the tower. The tower is literally right there. So yeah, this is a really good waystone to get. I would suggest getting this one first before any of the other ones. And this is where you find it. You just go up and interact with it, and it should turn blue. That means that you have unlocked the waystone and you're basically good to go. You can teleport. And this is the level 5 quest guy who basically has a quest for the tower or the dungeon. You want to do him once you have like some decent gear. Like, I wouldn't go into the tower until you guys have like at least level 3 gear on. I think it's called steel armor or iron armor. I forgot what the armor is called, but it's basically level 3 armor. I would not go into the tower until you guys have that, or until you guys have a group of friends to go in with you. But that would be my suggestion. You know, you guys could Take it or leave it, but that's my suggestion before going to the tower, is to have at least level 3 gear on before you even attempt to go in there. Also, real quick before I move on to where the mini boss is located and the waystone that's over there by the mini boss, I want to show you guys what the level 3 quest mobs look like. These flower guys or these plant guys, this is what they look like. This is the mobs you'll need for your level 3. Now these guys are pretty strong and they do have a lot of health, so like I said, I would suggest before you come over here that you have level 3 gear on, because yeah, you will not have a fun time fighting these guys with level 1 gear or even level 2 gear. Like, you will not have a fun time. So definitely come over here with level 3 gear on. If you can't, I mean, as long as you have the wolf tunic armor on and you have a level 3 shop weapon, you should be fine. But I would highly suggest also fighting these guys with level 3 gear as well. Same thing with the tower. But let me go ahead and show you guys the mini boss location, and then I'll show you guys the main boss location. So, oh, I just ran into a tree. So let's go ahead and show you guys that. Alright, so since I'm already over here back at the little dirt path that leads to the forest, since I'm already here, I'm going to show you guys the long way of getting to the mini boss. There's a shortcut. I'm too far away from it to really go to the shortcut, but basically when you guys are coming from spawn, you want to head over here. Like, my mouse, not this little island, or not island, what am I saying? Not this hill right here, but behind this hill. Actually, let me go ahead and show you guys a better view. You want to go way over there. You see where my mouse is sort of at? I'll kind of zoom in. You want to go over there. In that direction is a shortcut to the mini boss, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the long way. So from this dirt path right here that leads up to the forest, if you guys go left and then you basically make another left and just kind of keep straight for a while, you guys would come straight across the mini boss. I'm not going to cut this part out. I'm not going to cut it up or anything. I'm just going to run there. I might speed it up a little bit, but I am just going to run there and show you guys how to get there so you can follow along on where I am going. Once you're over here on this side, you guys do want to like sort of go towards this little like floating islands just to sort of stay on track. That's sort of where you want to aim at. Also, another tip for you guys, I should have mentioned this before, but if you're going to fight the mini boss, I would highly suggest not fighting him until you have the armor that the plant guys drop. If you guys don't have that armor, I would suggest you don't fight the mini boss. He kind of hurts a lot, and he does have a lot of health, so definitely come prepared. I guess, like, I would say bring level 4 armor if you can, and you should be fine. I mean, a level 3 weapon should be fine. You should be able to still deal enough damage to him to get credit, but you definitely want to bring some pretty decent armor. Like, you want to bring armor for this guy because he does hurt a lot. And they also fixed him because I think before the patch, which came out today, I think before that he was a lot easier to kill. You can kind of cheese him a bit, but they kind of patched it out. So definitely don't try to fight this mini boss if you have under level 3 gear. If you have over level 3 gear, you should be fine, but under it, yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. Oh, and by the way, I also was just following this floating island. That's what I use as sort of like a little landmark to follow when going to the mini boss, if you guys ever wondering. But right next to the mini boss, there's actually a waystone that you guys can unlock. This waystone is pretty much the one that's the closest to the mini boss. From here, once you activate this waystone, from here, it's pretty much a straight shot in this direction, right to the mini boss. Like, literally a straight shot. You will not miss the mini boss if you just go in a straight line from that waystone. But that's where the other one is. And that's pretty much all the important waystones that you need. There is still one more, but it's also in the forest, and there's really no need to get that waystone because you have the camp waystone, so there's really no need for that other one. The last one's kind of an option thing. If you want to find it, you can, but you really don't need it. And this is where the mini boss spawns at, where these little 4 stone pillars are. This is the mini boss. This is where you go to find him. He's located in this little area. Actually, let me go ahead and get a little screenshot of my guy. But yeah, that's the mini boss. That's where you guys can find him at. And let me go ahead and show you guys about the main boss, the tower boss. Let's go ahead and show you guys how to get there. We'll go through the dungeon. I'll also talk about, you know, what level you need to be to do the boss and everything in between. So let's go ahead and head over to the tower. So as you guys see right here, these are like a group of players who are about to go do the boss. I'll also do the boss with them just to show you guys the boss fight. But this is what I mean. You need to have a group of players with you. Like, you do not want to take on this boss by yourself. This guy over here is like a high level, so he'll be fine. But these 2 guys right here, if they went in by themselves or just them 2, yeah, they will 100% die. So you definitely want to bring a party with you. Alright, so we made it at the tower. The tower is really easy to find, just a giant pillar in the sky. Once you guys go inside the tower, I'll show you guys how to get to the boss room, so you guys can just follow me. I'm not going to cut the video. You guys can just follow the pathway that I go. Also, another side note, like I said before, you do not want to enter this tower and fight these mobs if you don't have at least level 3 gear on. I'm talking level 3 armor, level 3 weapons. If you guys don't have those on with you, do not enter this tower, because I mean, as you see, I'm level 17 and look at my health. I'm taking some damage from these guys. Like I'm taking a lot of damage. So you do not want to enter this tower alone, or not alone, but you don't want to enter this tower under geared. And hopefully me running through this dungeons isn't, you know, too difficult for you guys to follow along. If it is, you can always just slow down the video or just mute me and watch it. But yeah, this is pretty much the pathway that you guys want to take to get to the boss door. And you can also just replay the little part if you guys are getting stuck somewhere. But here we are, we made it to the boss room. This is what it will look like. You have a level requirement. You do need to be level 7, so don't even enter this tower unless you're... If you plan on doing the boss, don't come in here until you're level 7, but this is a good place to farm or to grind levels. Like if you guys are about level 5, level 6, this is a good place to grind for levels, but other than that, don't come in here if you're under level 7 and you want to fight the boss. You have to be level 7. Also, this is the very last quest giver of this world. They might add more later on, but right now this is the very last quest giver. He's the boss quest, level 8 to do this guy's quest, so 1 level higher than the level requirement, which is kind of weird. They probably should set this guy, or at least set the boss requirement to level 8, so it makes sense, but it's kind of weird. But the quest giver right here is level 8, so if you guys want to do the boss quest as well, I guess just wait until you're level 8 to come in here. But this is a quest, the NPC you'll talk to for that. I'll go ahead and cut it to when we're actually doing the boss fight, so you guys get to see what that looks like. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. You guys need a bunch of health potions before you take on the boss. I would recommend having at the very least 20 health potions. Maybe like the 20 of the medium tier 1 health potions. I would suggest you guys have at least 20 of them, because you will get hurt. You will get hurt a lot in this boss fight. So you definitely want to bring some potions. Like even me at level 17, I still get hurt pretty good from this boss, and I still need to bring potions with me. But don't do what I'm doing. I mean, I'm a high enough level to where I can solo the boss and not have to worry too much about potions. I can just back up and heal. But definitely, you low levels, bring potions with you. You're going to need it. At least 10. I would recommend 20, but bring at least 10 if 20 is too much for you. But yeah. that's my recommendation for potions. Alright, it doesn't seem like anybody is coming to do the boss with me. I've been standing here for about maybe 5 minutes now, and it doesn't seem like anyone's coming. So I'm just going to end the video here. I mean, I do kind of want to save the boss battle for you new players who are just going to experience it for the first time, because when I experienced it for the first time, it was pretty cool. So I do want to save that for you guys. Any strategy for the boss fight? I mean, honestly, just let the high levels tank the boss, let them, you know, distract the boss, and then you guys attack it from behind. Also, when you're first starting off in the boss fight, you want to go for the minions first before fighting the actual boss. That way you don't have, you know, minions hurting you at the same time as the boss is hurting you. So you definitely want to do that. But that's pretty much it for the World of Aincrad on floor 1. That's everything. I went over pretty much everything in the video. I went over quest locations, I went over the mini boss location, the main boss location. I went over, you know, where to find certain mobs such as the wolf, the boars, and the little plant creatures in the forest. And I also went over the waystones and a little bit of the shop, but that's pretty much self-explanatory. You guys can kind of figure that out. But yeah, if you guys found this video helpful at all, please leave a like and subscribe. Your boy's trying to hit 3,000 subscribers, so if you guys can do that for me, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.